country. The people who they were serving, they didn't recognize their work and they don't respect them. So that's why they get depressed. Then he was arrested for this crime, and he was interrogated by the sheriff or something. Who was that? The authorities.
The police, the local police picked him up.
Yeah, and the local police were interrogating him. He was the only one who was jailed for a weird reason, because all the persons were committing some big crimes, but
had committed
big
serious
big crimes.
Serious crimes.
Yes, serious crimes. But he was committing a petty crime, right? Is that right?
He had committed a petty crime, yes, a misdemeanor.
Yeah. Mr.
Misdemeanor.
Meaner.
Ivan, can you look that up? Mr. It's a small, like a minor crime, like a delito, un delito.
Like major and minor, right?
Misdemeanor.
Yeah, go on anyway, Vasanth.
Yeah, and he was sentenced for 2 years, I think. And he had to spend with the fellow inmates in that jail. And there were a lot of incidents in that jail. It doesn't.
Let's name a few. Let's ask Sergey. I know that Sergey is a fighter. With his fighter club, so let's ask him about this box, scene. What is
boxing scene?
Boxing scene.
The fight scene.
Fight scene. Sergey, do you remember this?
Yes, I remember the moment when the Dragline and Luke fought between each other and fought between each other with Dragline, and Dragline several times have series of knockouts to Luke.
Yeah, he knocked him out a few times. Dragline knocked out Luke, or knocked down. Luke, knocked down Luke. He didn't knock him out.
Have knockdowns and
let's stay on this for a bit. So knock him out means what?
To lose consciousness. To lose consciousness. Your eyes rolling around in your head.
Okay, and what was the incorrect way to say this?
He was knocked down.
Knocked down.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't out.
Okay.
Go on. Continue.
Yeah, and Luke stand up.
Or kept standing. Kept standing up.
Kept standing again and again, and after that, Dragline had a lot of respect to Luke, and
for Luke.
Dragline thought, it's my boy, and you're crazy. You're crazy, but I don't. Nobody understood why Luke stand up.
Kept getting up.
Kept getting up again and again, but it's remember, it's a good event for all crimes inside this prison.
All the criminals, all the prisoners.
All the criminals.
So you mean it's a good feature for a character, right?
Yeah, and it's a good feature, and it's a good event for all, because all people started to
cheer. Hey! To cheer?
Root?
Or to boo?
I forgot the word.
Okay.
Wait, started to wait something interesting from Luke.
And you,
expect. They started to expect.
Yeah, yes. Expect.
But he had nothing. He had nothing.
So it started like a boring thing, right? And then they got some, what they got? Some anticipation, some
expectations.
Expectations, yeah, from this fight, right? From this fight.
Yeah.
Okay, Vasant, do you have a question, please?
Yes. What do we call for the time he is spending in prison?
His sentence.
Okay, sentence.
His sentence, yeah.
Sergey, do you think
Also, you can do time in colloquial English. He was doing time. To spend time in prison is to do time.
so? Only in prison or doing time? It's about anything. I'm doing time in my office.
No, you're doing time in prison.
Only in prison.
Yeah. Or maybe you're in your own mental prison, but no, it's not. It's in an institution.
Okay, so not in the office. Okay, not in my. I'm doing time with my family. No?
That sounds very strange. Maybe in Brazil, your family are allowed in the prison with you, but not in my country.
Okay. So, Sergey, what do you think about the idea of these fights in the prison? It's like official event, right? So, do you think?
Yes, I think that's a good idea because before that, the policeman told if you have problem between each other, you will have fight during the weekend.
Yeah, it's the CO, not the police. The CO, the corrections officer.
No, it's not. It not was CO. It's a guard. Because
the guard.
CO,
okay, in the room, the bedroom guard. What was his name again? Luke or no? What was his name? Anyway, go on.
I think it's a good idea because it's a way for blow up.
Yeah, to vent, to vent.
To steam out, right?
To let off steam.
Let off steam. Okay, to let off steam. Yeah.
Yeah, or to vent your frustrations. To vent is a good verb.
Mm-hmm. But I would not like this practice in on my workplace, for instance.
Do you remember all the rules he was telling you? The guy, Carl was his name. Carl. If you go out after lights, it's a night in the box. Playing touch butt. That's why he said playing touch butt. A night in the box. Everything was a night in the box.
Okay, so
continue.
Please. So it was the one event. Okay, Gerard, can you tell us another plot? During his doing time in prison.
It wasn't an interesting moment. Was they were playing poker, and Luke had a bad hand, but he bet a lot of money, and people believe that he had a good hand.
So what's the name? What's that called?
Bluff.
Bluff.
Yeah, bluffing. He was bluffing.
There's another word for this. Something else. To bluff and I forgot. There was another term also.
Well, bluffing.
Handful or nothing.
Well, that was his hand. Yes, he had a hand of. He had nothing. He had shit.
He said sometimes with having nothing, you can have a cool hand or something like this.
Yeah.
It was a cool hand.
Said. A real cool hand. I noticed something. They instead of raise, in poker we say raise. I raise you $1.
Mm-hmm.
They say kick a buck, kick a buck. That's very strange. People don't say that anymore. But they were playing stud poker, which is the popular poker these days.
I'm wondering, is it compulsory to show your card when you win? Or I thought some people tend to hide their cards.
Yeah, but he didn't show his cards. It was Dragline. Dragline showed the cards.
Okay, Dragline. So that's not usual.
No, you don't have to show your. Actually, it's part of your strategy not to show. You have been bluffing.
As far as I know, there are many variants, many different options when you play poker. So some games, some variants of the poker, they allow you to draw the card on the table if you pay for that. So I can watch your card if I pay for that. The amount.
They're called stud. They're stud poker. Different stud. 7-card stud, 5-card stud.
Yeah. Now we play a Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em. That's a stud game too.
Yeah.
Because 5 cards come out on the table. Yeah, everyone can see the communal cards.
Yep. Okay, Gerard, anything else about the movie, about the super?
There was another bet about Luke told them that he could eat 50 eggs. I think.
Yeah, the 50 egg scene.
In 1 hour, I think.
Without throwing.
Without
some of the conditions, that the other inmates made What were some of the conditions, guys? Do you remember?
He couldn't puke,
He couldn't puke,
obviously.
right? Anything else?
I think the eggs could be peeled beforehand.
Yeah, that was it. They had an argument before the event took place. Yeah, that was good fun.
I like Dragline peeling the eggs.
I'm his manager, and I'm covering all the bets. So I'm peeling his eggs, right? I like when he said, "Why did you pick 50? Why didn't you say 24 or 25?"
35 is a good number.
It's another element. It's another side to Luke's character. That's he doesn't care.
So he goes to extreme. Oh, right?
Seems to be. He just seems to be bored by everything.
Mhm, mhm. Do you remember the smile of the Luke? They
Yeah,
discussed it.
Unforgettable smile.
Unforgettable smile. Okay.
Actually, the director of the movie wanted to catch that. Well, they wanted to capture his blue eyes.
Mhm.
It was in the contract, I think. Yeah. Anyway, the egg scene was brilliant. And what was your favorite part of the egg scene, the 50 egg scene? Do you remember the guy flicked his belly? Look, boink! He said it's like a ripe melon. Boom.
Yeah.
I also like when the guy at the end says, "No one can eat 50 eggs," and Luke starts smiling. No.
But after in the movie, Luke says that he didn't. Right? I did not go to this part.
He said he didn't eat 50 eggs. No way. You mean in real life?
Yeah. I mean when they discussed something and guy went there to some random guy went there to lend money from them, and they say
To borrow money from them.
to borrow money, and he said I could not believe that Luke ate 50 eggs, and Luke said I didn't. So I don't know what
In the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah,
I
remember.
didn't know either. I didn't know I would. That's what he meant.
Okay, so he ate, but he just
He didn't
expect.
know he was going to. Yeah, he didn't know he could.
Okay, Jürgen?
It was just a challenge.
I thought it wasn't true, like Ivan said, but maybe I misunderstand.
Well, because there was actually a scene when Luke said I didn't, so I got it like there was some cheating or something. They somehow.
Yeah.
No, the guy said I didn't think he would eat the eggs, and Luke said, neither did I. I didn't think so either. I didn't.
Okay,
well,
it will
okay.
be my homework. I will try to find this scene and watch it again.
I've seen it a few times now. I would bet on it, but not 50 eggs.
Okay, 35. Okay.
I don't think I could eat 5 full eggs. Never mind 50.
Okay, what else did they do in the prison? Jürgen, would you like to tell us?
What else?
Yeah.
What did they do every day?
Every day.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they went working on the chain gang. There's a song, "Working on the Chain Gang."
Chain
Okay.
gang.
Chain
Sorry,
gang,
Change.
What is this?
because they were shackled, their ankles. They were wearing chains. So
Chains,
it was
okay.
called a prison gang like that working on the roads in the United States was called a chain gang.
Chain gang. Okay, but they got this chain only after what? Escape.
After trying to escape, yes.
Right, escape. Okay.
But it's called a chain gang because in other chain gangs they were all chained together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Vasan, so tell us about everyday's work. What do they do? Did they do?
They clean up the roads, both what do you call the lane, pathway, or
They
What do we call?
they cut the grass at the side of the roads.
okay, side of the road, cutting the grass, and they also make roads.
Yeah, they surfaced. To surface is
Yeah.
a verb. They
Surface.
surfaced. To tar.
Sur-
Well, the truck tarred the road and they threw the sand.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Sorry,
the sentence when they
what do you
tried?
say, Terry?
Excuse me?
The truck surface the road.
The truck sprayed
Sprayed.
the liquid tar onto the road first.
Okay. Mhm.
And then they, with shovels, they threw the sand. The truck sprayed with Y. Yeah, thank you. That was a good scene too. The music was quite good.
So, Vasas, do you remember this exactly scene when they
Scene.
shoveled scene when they shoveled what?
The sand, I guess.
Sand? Yeah, to the
They
road.
shovel. They shoveled. Good verb, to shovel.
Shoveled. Where? Why they were so much in hurry? What was the reason for this?
Usually they do it without any enthusiasm. They were bored because they were doing the same job every day. But Luke changed their attitude. He usually worked very faster than the others, and the others used to tell him that slow down because you lost, or you will lose, lose your energy.
Yeah, you will run out of energy.
Yeah, run out of energy soon. But he didn't listen to them, and he made them to follow his.
He made them follow without two. He made them follow him. He encouraged them.
Made them follow. Yeah, he encouraged
He
them
egged
to.
them on. Egged them on to egg on. Come on, to egg someone on. Write that down, Ivan. To egg.
To egg.
Somebody on, and it means to encourage someone.
Yeah.
To egg someone on. Yeah. Come on, guys, let's go fast.
Yeah, and what was Luke's motivation? I don't understand. Why you would work hard in the prison?
Are you asking me?
Everyone.
Okay, maybe not me. The rest of you answer first, and then I will answer.
I think they had 2 hours of time because they were allocated a certain time period to work. So if they finish the work
Early,
quicker, early, then they will have free time on the road. They can sit and relax for the rest of the time. I think that's why that's what the benefit they get.
well, that was the consequence of it. That was
So you're telling us that usually they work like it's endless, right?
Yes.
You can finish it and then have a rest. But this scene with pavement, it was
with the
like
tar, yeah.
with the tar. So you finish it, you have a rest, right? That's the reason to be in a hurry.
Well, I think that was the consequence, but I don't think Luke really thought about it. Luke just wanted a challenge. He wanted to live. He wanted to feel alive. That's
So
my opinion.
So his motivation was just
to get people motivated. Come on, let's do it. We can do this, and make a game from it.
Okay, so it's a hazard, or how we call it? Can we say hazard? No?
A hazard.
Okay, let me write it. Something like this. No, it's not a word.
Not that I know.
When you involve it in some game, when you got motivation, just from your feeling. So you like game.
You just do it for the sake of doing it. For the love, and obviously not the love of shoveling sand, but I think it was the competition and the teamwork and the feeling of camaraderie, with his fellow inmates. Okay. And fuck the man, because the guys, the prison guards didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what was going on. So I think it was just spontaneous anarchy from Luke.
Okay. So no reason.
Not because at the end they all went, "Wow, we have 2 hours!" Way, but they never thought about it.
Yeah. So do you remember this guy with the black glasses?
The man with no eyes.
Yes, he looked like a Rambo.
Okay.
Very silent, very strong, with a gun.
A good shot. He was a crack shot.
Good shot, and Luke had some some advertisement with not advertisement, entertainment with this guy when he put the snake and the guy with the glasses shot this snake.
Mm-hmm. Vasant, please.
Yes, I like the part. One inmate was saying that he doesn't talk too much. Then Luke said, after he shot a bird, I think he said something. Because
Yeah.
he doesn't speak. Yeah, he doesn't
That was
speak
good.
much by words, just by his gun.
He delivered a message by shot.
Yeah.
Was that after his mother died? This is
No.
had he spent a night in the box yet?
Yeah, Sergey, tell us about these boxes.
The hot
Could you?
box.
Could you? These boxes where they put Luke and others. Do you remember the scene when the guy bought like a workplace for $1, and then got jailed to a box?
Not I
Gerard, could you
remember
please?
What?
A guy in a truck. He bought like for $1. He bought another job. Do you remember this?
Okay, another a better place. I think a better place to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was.
It was a lie. It was a con. They conned him.
So, can we say it was like a practical joke or something?
Maybe yes, but it was more conning because they conned him out of money.
Mhm.
Yeah. And why they put him into the box? And what do you think about these boxes, Gerard?
Like the punishment box, like solitary confinement, right?
One guy was put in the box. The first guy, I think, was because he didn't work.
Well, he backsassed. He talked to the guard. He was cheeky
Okay, yeah.
to the guard.
Just
So what does it mean, cheeky? Cheeky means
Yeah, to be cheeky is to be insolent, impudent, replicon, Spanish, contestant. He answered back the guard. He should have,
okay.
you know, Dragline says it later on. He said he didn't. He backsassed the guard.
Mm-hmm. Sergey, do you have a question?
not questions. I remember one plot about we didn't talk when this guy walked outside the prison and suddenly a beautiful girl went from the house and started to make a show for these prisoners, and she was without panties and only on a dress with a it's a very interesting moment for prisoners, and the prisoners were excited. Wow, it's beautiful. I can't anymore. And so it was interesting moment for me.
Yeah. Dear God, whatever I did before did not don't what do you say?
Don't strike me blind.
Don't strike me blind now.
Yeah, don't strike me, or don't strike me blind now.
But Sergey, do you think it was a deliberate show, like where they do it by purpose, or it was
on purpose,
on purpose, or it
or
was just
unintentionally?
Yes, it's purpose of this girl. She wanted to got a lot of attention from these prisoners. Obviously.
What's the verb? There's a name actually as well for a woman who arouses men without having sex in the end. What's that called?
Tell us.
A cock tease.
You have to write it, yeah.
Prick tease?
Yeah, prick tease. Same thing.
Tempting cock tease. Okay.
She was teasing them. She was teasing the poor men.
Well, nowadays I know that there is a slang for youngs. They call it cam whore or something like this. You know, when lady try and
Cam whore.
Yeah. So many ladies
Is
have
that not
some webcams, so it's a slang for youngs.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Sergey, for this scene. Or you want to speak about this more?
About the woman washing her car.
Yeah. Let's call it. Let's call it washing car episode.
That's why the fight started. The fight started after the car washing episode.
Yeah.
Because the whole gang, they were aroused, right?
Yeah, they were all turned on and they were all horny. And they were back in their bunks, and Dragline was saying, "Oh man, do you remember those big bosoms?" And stuff like that, yeah. And Luke told him, shut up, will you? Stop, what did he say? Stop, he had his expression, stop slamming it, or stop trialing it, stop killing it, or something he said, I forget.
Okay. So let's speak about these escapes. Gerard, could you help us?
Okay. Luke's mother came to visit him. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we haven't talked.
She was very ill, like her lungs, a
Yes, she
cancer,
was.
lung cancer, I think, or some emphysema, something like this. And she was smoking already.
Yeah.
Still smoking.
Still smoking, yes. And then after a few weeks, I think, his mother passed away, and the captain, as a preventive measure, put him in the box because he thought he would want to escape. He would want to escape to attend the funeral. And what that provoked is that Luke, after having the punishment, he thought he should escape to go against his decision.
Well, when he was released from this box, released from the box, he managed to escape, right?
Do you think that's when he started really hating the guards because they locked him up?
And what she said, that was something that's unfair.
Yeah, the guard said, "I'm only doing my job," and he said, "That doesn't make it right, boss." Locking a man up when he learns about his mother's death.
So I actually forgot about the first escape. How he did it?
The first escape was through the floor.
Through the floor.
Yeah, inside the barracks.
Yeah, inside the barracks, exactly. They had was it the 4th of July or some other?
Yes.
It was an important date.
So there was a celebration.
They were celebrating. They were playing music.
Yes, they were allowed to make some noise, and they used this noise to cover.
To saw, exactly, to cut with the saw.
Cut with the saw the floor, made a hole, and tried to escape, right?
Yeah,
so Luke was the one who escaped?
Yeah, he was the one who got free, who managed to escape. The other one got caught.
Okay. So when they caught him after, right, beat him a bit, made him these chained.
Yeah, they gave him the chains, or they put the chains on him.
Put the chains on him, and second escape. Jean, do you remember about second?
But I think isn't the first time that the captain said what we want here is a failure to communicate?
Yeah,
exactly.
And he was being chased by the bloodhounds. One of the bloodhounds died. One of the dogs died.
And it was a nice phrase, about miscommunication. Something.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate. So we get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. I don't like it any more than you, man. I know that because it was on the Guns N' Roses song.
Yeah, Civil War.
Civil War. Yep. So I memorized that.
And if I'm right, the Luke looked like he got broken after that, right? He
seemed broken, yeah.
He seemed broken, but it was a fake, right?
He was faking it, yeah.
It was a maneuver, or how to say it? It was deceived.
It was a deception.
A deception. It was a deception for others. Yeah.
That was after the second.
That was after the second one, yeah.
You know that the second he won to how to say it?
Okay, I'm shaking it, boss. Right?
Yeah,
That's the second time.
Vasants, could
Keep shaking it.
Could you tell us the story about shaking the bush or the branch? What it was?
Bush.
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 Okay. Shaking the bush.
Yes, because after the first escape attempt, they didn't believe him, so they offered him to take a rest. He went into the bush, but they asked him to shake the branches of bush so that they can know that he's there. But he initially, the first couple of times he said that loudly, "I'm shaking it, boss," and as he was tying knot with a thread.
A piece of string he found.
Yeah.
Ah, string. Okay.
A piece of string, I would say, yes.
And he escaped just by pulling the string for some time, and later they found out that he had escaped.
Yes, he had. Again.
Yeah. That's a funny one.
And
Okay,
what about the story then after that with the kids, with the black kids? How he gets his chains off? He makes the little black kids get him something. Who can talk about that?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sergey, Jörgen, please.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Please
Yeah.
tell us.
He asked one of the boys to get an axe
Mhm.
and also some spices, chili powder.
Mhm.
Yeah, mustard.
Yeah, and he put it on the ground, strayed, or I forgot the verb.
To put the chain over the wooden stump to stretch.
No, but
About pepper, right? About
pepper, yeah.
Oh, he spread. Yeah, he spread or spread.
Spread, yeah.
I would say spread because it's not spray. Spray is liquid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
spread
He
it
spread
over
it,
the ground. yeah.
or sprinkled.
Sprinkle.
Sprinkles this. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes I see peppered like a verb, you know.
He peppered. Never pepper sprayed. Okay, go on anyway. Keep talking.
Yeah, and when the dogs came to that place, their noses,
What's that verb?
Sneeze.
sneezed.
Yeah, they started sneezing.
Started sneezing. Yeah.
Yeah, and whining. You know that verb, whine?
Wine, yep.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say that. Stop your whining. When I
And
was
bark.
when I was crying. Yeah. And what's this one? Oh,
Howling.
okay, good. So you know all the verbs for dogs.
But I don't know how
You
it
pack of dogs.
howling.
Howling is correct, yes.
Okay. Okay, so the dogs who arrived to this site, they did not like peppered surface at all. So it's how he managed to escape. But they caught him eventually, right? Because they
Yeah.
are professionals.
Was that after he sent the photo? Yes, he sent the photo.
Yeah.
Got the photo with the two women.
Yeah, Sergey, what do you think about this photo? Is it real photo or what is this?
No, it's
Photo.
not real photo because Luke told this short story about this photo when he returned to the prison. He bought a half a salary for this photo. It's 20th century Photoshop, I think. And but this photo had been motivated all prisoners. Oh, look at the photo. Look, it's a good guy. It's my boy.
Yeah.
Dragline told him. Yes, but after returning, Luke was frustrated of the situation, and he told it's not a real photo; it's a fake photo. No,
No.
not we look this photo. It's not real photo. It's a fake.
We saw
But
it. Huh?
they didn't believe it.
Okay. Gerard?
Yeah.
What's the difference between cough and sneeze?
It's cough.
Ah,
It's coughing.
ah.
Sneezing is through your nose and it's very
Okay.
fast and feels good. Okay? It's a mini
Okay, so-
orgasm. what they
Sergey,
say.
what was the motivation of Luke's motivation when he sent this photo? What do you think? Why should he?
I think that he wanted to support this guy inside the prison, but I went from prison and I went to Atlanta and I have a good situation and I'm okay, but not
Showing off. Showing off is look at me, I'm brilliant. Look at me to show off. He wasn't showing off. Is that what you're saying?
Is it-
волноваться.
Don't worry about me, right?
Don't worry about me, I'm okay.
Okay. Do you think he tried to motivate them?
Yeah, he wanted them to feel good.
Maybe he tried to motivate them, but I think it is not a fake photo for look at me, I am a good guy. It's not. It's
Okay, so it's not
he
for
had-
showing off, it's for motivation
not-
and for
Yes.
like let them feel better about him, something like this. Right?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
word for this, Teddy? Don't worry about me, I'm fine. What's the word for this?
To reassure.
Reassure. Okay. Okay, Gerard, can you tell us-
That's the verb to reassure everyone. I'm okay. Don't worry, everything's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
But it was-
I'm living it up.
But it was dangerous, right, to send this photo because it's a track of you, right? They can
It could trace you, maybe.
they could
If
trace
there were different times. Because you walked into a place and you paid in cash without
Yeah.
any ID and you walked out, so without
Yeah.
an address or anything.
Yeah, no credit cards, no
You,
computers.
you didn't speak about his banjo playing. I like the
Okay.
way I liked his little song he sang after his mother died. Plastic Jesus. Anyway,
Any volunteers for this banjo playing? Who remember this music?
he learned to play the banjo for the movie. Just that then the director said, "No, I don't think you can do it, Paul." He said, "Give me another chance. Give me another chance."
But so it can be dubbed in the movie, no?
No, it was a real performance in the movie.
Okay.
Anyway,
But I actually forgot the song totally. So guys, who remember? No one.
forget about it. No one remembers. I'm the only one.
Yeah. So
Plastic.
it's your turn to tell us about it.
He starts playing the banjo and he sings a song, and it's an interesting story because one of the cast, Harry Dean Stanton, the guy who
Mhm.
kept playing, the guy who was playing the guitar most of the movie, Harry
Mhm.
Dean Stanton, he's a famous B actor. He never made it to stardom, but everyone in Hollywood knows him. He was like a VIP. Anyway, he taught Paul Newman the song "Plastic Jesus." A B actor, not a bi actor. That would be a porno actor. Bisexual porno actor. See, one letter can make so much of a difference.
Okay, but what
Anyway,
letter?
so and we played take away the I. So he played that song that I don't care if it's rain or if they're scary as long as I've got my Virgin Mary. Good song, and he played it on the banjo. It was raining outside. It was a good little scene. Anyway, let's move on.
That
Yeah, a
Let's
B actor. Okay, that's it.
to the third escape. Okay, because I think it's most planned one. It's most
Yes. That's where things really started going wrong.
going wrong. Okay, Gerard, could you please?
When Luke, after the second escape, Luke had a panic, but the guards wanted to break him, and they made him to dig a ditch and then to bury the ditch many times.
Mhm.
To
until
fill,
he
yeah, to
was-
fill it in. To fill it in.
fill it in with dirt many times that broke broke him. He was very tired, but eventually he deceived the Gardens and
Mhm.
made them believe that he was broken and he was his trustful servant, and he managed to escape with an elaborated strategy.
Mhm.
The Trags, he took the keys.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know
took
what-
advantage of an opportunity. He
Yeah.
saw an opening and went for it. He saw the keys. Someone had left the keys in the truck.
He did 2 or 3 things. I don't know what in which way. He did 2 or 3 things that they allowed him to escape.
Yeah, let's remember. So first one was the keys from these trucks, right? Is the first one. What else?
Stole a car, stole a truck.
And took the rest of the keys from the other trucks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And how do you call that, this action when the back of the truck you raise,
Unload, right?
You raise the back of the truck. Yeah, just close the truck.
Close. No, so he tried to unload, to put this like.
Oh
Truck.
yeah. Unload. The cart
okay.
at the back. The
Mhm.
container. What's it called? Load. Yeah, unload to unload.
Dump truck or tipper
Dump
lorry?
truck. Tipper. Yeah, tipper truck. Dump truck to dump is that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
A
So
dump.
he dumped the truck, and it's prevented to, it's like a
The bullets against.
It was like a shield.
like a shield. Yeah.
Shield to protect someone.
Mm-hmm. So it was all planned, right?
I don't think so, but anyway, I think that was a spur of the moment. A spur of the moment thing, and he took his chance.
And Dragline escaped with him.
Dragline also took his chance. Saw an opening. He only had a few months left on his sentence.
Very clever.
Yeah, he got a rush of blood to the head.
What are you doing? What the heck are you doing?
Yeah. Come on, man. Probably like when they were shoveling the sand, a bit like that. What the hell? Come on. Why am I doing this? It feels good.
How we can say impulsive? Can we say?
Yeah, impulsive moment. Yeah, spur. I said spur of the moment.
Yeah, I wrote this.
You have written that. Good man.
Part of the moment.
Okay. So and they caught them again, right?
After they covered the truck with branches, and Dragline regretted escaping. Do you think he regretted running away?
Yeah, I think so.
But
So yeah, do you remember this big guy, Dragline? He regrets, right? After they made escape, like what we do with escape? We do.
Yeah, they made their escape. Very good. Yes, after they made their escape.
After they made their escape,
or they ran away to run away.
They ran away. Yeah, Dragline started to regret about this decision, right?
But
and he wanted to go back.
Yeah, and what about?
But we should say that Luke didn't want to go with Dragline. Okay, they split up.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because Luke is a solitaire.
Yeah, he's a lone ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Yeah, what's another word for that? So, a solo operator, maybe.
When you say solo operator, I'm thinking about some plant or something.
You're thinking about some what? A plant.
Plant, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he works alone. He works alone. He doesn't have any.
In general, he looks like a person who don't want to be, socialized. He doesn't want to have friends, right? He's alone.
He's a loner. A loner is the word. A loner. Loner.
Loner. Okay.
2E.
I was close. No, one E. A loner. He is a loner. There's an interesting moment at the beginning. The warden said he was a war hero. Luke, you were a war hero, but you left the army the same way you went in, a private. like the lowest rank.
Yeah.
That was interesting. It shows you something about Luke's character, his personality.
Okay, so let's then finish with the story and let's go to our question. So they shoot Luke at the end, right?
They shot him.
Shot him, yes, without, I would say, many like waiting, right? They shot him whenever they had a chance to do that.
Yeah, as soon as they had,
As
as soon as they got a chance. And
So he's-
Dragline went berserk. Went berserk.
Berserk.
Yeah, he went berserk.
What
Yeah,
man-
that's it. He went berserk. He went mental. He lost his shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went for the guy. He went for the guard. The man with no eyes.
Do you remember
Jean?
the moment that Luke said, "What we want here is failure to communicate," and then
Yeah. Bang.
poor
Well,
Luke.
yeah, not that funny. Okay, that's all with the story. What we missed?
Well, that's about it. And the scene at the end where they were reminiscing, where Dragline was reminiscing about Luke. That was a touching moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they said about his like
It's wonderful
smile.
smile. Yeah.
Wonderful smile. Okay, and I noticed some smile. Yeah, at the end. Okay, we have a few questions on our Padlet, so let's answer them. So, why did Luke commit that crime in the first place? We mentioned this, but let's try to answer again. Sergey, what do you think? Why did Luke commit that crime? Stupid.
It's a good question for me because during the watching the movie, I thought about Luke. Who is Luke? Why he did strange things? I don't know, but I think that in the start of the movie, they told that he is a veteran of war.
Mhm.
I think that he has post-war syndrome, like a post-Vietnam syndrome, post-Afghanistan syndrome. Maybe he was last man who didn't find his place in the modern life, and he tried to make something versus system, Big Brother. I don't know. Yes, I'm a loner. I'm a fighter, and I remove this parkometro. And
Well, I think it's a good.
maybe this.
I think it's a good theory. It could be partially true, but do you remember his meeting with his mother? Remember, and they kind of mentioned that Luke always was like a problem, right? So probably it's not a post-war syndrome. Probably it's just Luke's nature to make problems. What I guess. You know? But
Maybe I don't. Maybe, but when he told with his mother told him, "I love you more than your brother, but I'm hope to you. I'm believed to you, but you are stranger, and that's why I got the house to your brother because
She left the house.
Yeah.
She left it to his brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the next поступки,
deals.
the next deals during the movie support my theory why Luke makes this, but because it's very strange why he tried to go from the prison. It's a good prison with a good regime, but I don't know.
Do you think it's a good prison? Would you like to spend some time here?
I think it's a good prison. They have special work outside the prison, and they have good food. But I don't know. It's okay.
And these Saturday fights and boxes are very convenient.
Yeah,
And the food.
Russian prisons are just 100 times worse.
Props. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see. your
That's like
point.
a summer camp.
Summer camp, yes.
Yeah, summer camp for Russians.
How is it called? Scout boys or
Scouts, yeah,
Scouts?
scouts. That's it.
Yeah. Well, even though I wouldn't like to spend my time there, so I can understand why Luke trying to escape. So I understand it makes things worse. I understand this, but I think it's his nature.
It's his nature. That's it.
He can do
He
nothing.
he can't stand people telling him what to do. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing from the beginning.
Okay, so we have another question. Even though
Even though
even though he puts himself in this position, why does he want to run away from the prison? We started to answer that. Let's ask someone else. Vasants, do you like this prison? Would you like to spend some time there, or you would try to escape?
If I was locked in that prison only, I would spend, because it's more funnier inside the prison than walking on the roads, So,
yeah, but that's good exercise. It saves on gym fees. And if you want to
Yeah.
stop it, give up drinking or something, perfect.
Yeah, because it doesn't it didn't look like a prison. It was like a men's hostel or something. They were together. They were singing songs. So no restriction except the sleep at particular time. So I like that prison.
Yeah, no touch butt. Or you spend a night in the box.
Yeah.
No smoking in bed. Or you get a
Yeah.
night in the box.
Okay, speaking about the punishments and prisons, so let's raise another question. What are the punishments does your country's prison give? Well,
Community
Jürgen.
service.
Yeah. Do you understand the question, Jürgen?
What other punishment does your country's prison give?
Yeah, so in this movie it was boxes, right? And what else? And mandatory labor. Can I say so? Labor,
Yeah, forced labor.
forced labor. Yeah.
Mandatory labor sounds good too.
Okay. So what else?
No idea.
It's
Yeah.
called hard time, to do hard time.
Mhm. Gerard, please.
In Spain, inmates that behave themselves are allowed to leave the prison earlier, so
Yeah.
sooner.
On good
So-
behavior.
Good behavior. So you have a lot of bad behavior, so that's bad. You want to leave the prison.
Mhm. Well, I'm not an expert about prisons, actually. Can answer about this, but
No.
what I know that sometimes it depends on exactly prison in Russia, but some of them like manage it bad, and that's why they have like internal life. I don't know how to explain. So like people in prison, people make rules by themselves for each other, and how we call it, like internal
Hierarchy. Prison hierarchy.
Yeah, so and that's the problem, not the like punishments that prison gave you. It's like internal life. So people, I think it's about
Prison life.
Prison life. Yes, I think it's not maintained well, but not an expert though. Okay, so and the last one, I think the most complicated and the most interesting. So let's answer this. What is the message they are trying to convey by this film?
Shall I tell you? Fuck the man. That's what it is. It came out in 1967, the year anti-Vietnam War demonstrations. It was a very anti-establishment movie. Anyway,
Okay.
that's the reason, I think.
Okay, anti-establishment movie. One's answer. Jürgen, what do you think? What's the moral of the movie? What we can learn from this?
To have the right mindset, or you will be punished.
It's kind of opposite of what Terry got, I think. Yeah. If Terry got a motivation to be like
Independent.
independent.
I've never had a boss in my life. So You know, I don't like to take orders either.
Okay.
I can understand Luke.
Not me either. I also, yeah, little
ha-
like that. Yeah, like to.
Mm-hmm. Masans, what do you think? What is the moral of the story?
I don't see any more. I think they made a film